What's up, y'all? This one today is about Shane Eagle album, Never Meet Your Heroes. Y'all seen the thumbnail, so you already know it's the album review. This is my first one of these type of videos. If y'all rock with it, I'll do more, but I definitely enjoyed this album so much so that I got notes and everything. I wrote down like some of my favorite bars from each song and what each song kind of gave to me or whatever, and just how I was experiencing this album as somebody who never really heard the Shane Eagle album, and this is my first time giving a full listen to a project from him. And I'm a big fan now, big fan. People already told me in the comments what albums to check out. Salute to y'all. I'm gonna definitely get to those. But without really trying to play too much of his music, because I don't want to get no copyrights or nothing, we'll just go through the track list. If you haven't heard the album, go listen to it. If you have heard the album, let me know what y'all think about these songs and if I'm wrong or not when y'all hear it. Intro, obviously just the intro. He letting me know he from Johannesburg, so shout out to that. I'm like, all right, didn't know that at first, but he from Johannesburg. Then we got Son of Yahweh. That's a great first song, setting the pace for what's to come for the album. It definitely put you in. Now that I heard the album, that first song definitely set the tone and let you know what you're about to hear. One of my standout bars from there that I really love. My mama told me I got a baby brother face. I told her it's not just that, it's the actions, look at the actions, mama. I just dedicated baby Giovanna, you know what I'm saying? That was a dope line right there. Just the whole mom saying you remind me of my uncles, not just the face. Look at the actions, mama. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I really like that. Ride Out was another one. That one, I'm already loving the sequence. Like the sequencing on the album, how the beats is on point, how everything just kind of blend into each other. And when a different vibe is needed, it kind of, gives that. But at the same time, if you want to, get some more off with this same type of vibe, is good. Also, I'm noticing that the hooks on the album, excuse me, the hooks on the album really kind of flow with the song. A lot of times it's unnoticed. I can't even tell that that's the hook or not until it come back around, or I find myself singing it or repeating it or something. And I think it's definitely a talent in that. And I don't even know if that was on purpose or if that's just the way he does it, just the way he rap, just his style of rapping. Haters Heartbreak definitely gave me a J. Cole vibe. I ain't gonna lie. I was trying not to say this because I know people don't like the comparisons and all of that. But when I heard Haters Heartbreak, it sounded like a song that he made the beat to and then he rapped to. I don't know why. It just gave me with the flow, the sound, the pacing. It just gave me a J. Cole feel. I'm not saying he rapped like him or nothing. I'm not saying that, it was that style of flow or anything. It just gave me a feeling of J. Cole when I heard that song. And I'm really liking the beats. I'm liking that, and I'm loving the flow that he had. And he chose a dope flow for that. But it's probably one of my, and this is saying a lot, but it's probably one of my least liked songs on the album. And I only say that because as I was going through my replays, I found myself skipping that to get to the next song. So I'm in my head, I must like the other songs or the next song better than this one. So, but a bar from that was that I love was her next birthday. I'm gonna handle some stacks. And Mitchell and Ness, these niggas cap. I really was rocking with that, but that's part of the hook too. So by the way, that just goes to show some of them hook bars is really hitting too. Then this is probably why I was skipping past or trying in my replays, skipping past Haters Heartbreak, because Lil D is probably that's easily in my top 3 of the album. That when I heard it, that's the one that I wanted to keep replaying. The beat is incredible on there. The story is perfect on there. It sounded like a movie. It sounded like when I'm listening to it, I'm picturing it and watching the visuals and all these things break down. The bar when he said, when he came back and he was Lil Dave had a gun. He said, we about to hit the store and make a run as you riding. And then the hook came and then he came back. I said, nah, then left. That's what saved me a breath. They went and wrote that on a mission like that was Grand Theft. That was dope because I said, nah, they left, and that saved me a breath. Because, you know what I'm saying, one could have got taken away. You know what I'm saying? I got a breath. That was just a dope way to put that. I just love that wordplay. Like I said, nah, they left. That just saved me a breath. Niggas wrote it on a mission. Like that shit was Grand Theft. Like that was fire. I love that song. I'm not biased because one of my best friends is named Lil D. I'm not biased because of that, but thank God he not locked up or nothing. But I was really feeling that song. That's definitely in my top 3 of songs. Just and then I cannot say enough about the production and the sequencing on here. As far as like how he put his track list, I was looking for who made the beats, who was doing the production. I think the only name I can come across was Gabriel Stevenson. I don't know if that's the executive producer. I don't know if that's just somebody that he worked with, if that's his manager. I don't know if that's the man that produced the whole album. But if anybody knows anything about, I was looking for credit so I can credit the producers on these beats for some of my favorite ones, but I couldn't find no producer credits. So, yeah. With that being said, Afrocomb, another dope track. Like I'm loving the direction he's taking. I'm loving the vibe on here. Like this is an album that I really got to play almost all the way through. Besides me wanting to get to my favorite songs, I was able to play this all the way through and just, you know what I'm saying, vibe out. And it was and like one of them that if you ride it, you could just, you know, ride and cruise to this or whatever. Hopefully you got like a long drive. It's a 59-minute playlist, so it's about an hour. So if you got a long drive, you can listen to this and rock out, and it'll give you all the moments that you need, you know. But Afrocomb, though, like I say, great late night vibes. He unpacked a lot on here. This was a one that I liked because he had the line on the hook, "It's still love in a broken home." Like I love that because that was dope. And then he opened up talking about him, you know, not wanting to pass the. I feel selfish because was that hold on, is this the one where he said I feel selfish? No, he's my bad, y'all. He's this the one on Afrocomb. He said to move forward I had to go back to past trauma, and then, you know, he said that he ain't never had no love for his mama, and then he had to go through all of that, and it was like, oh, so we getting real also, you know what I'm saying? So if you riding late night vibing with this, it's gonna have you thinking too, which I also love. So that's why I say it's a lot to unpack on that one, because he was really going through the therapy on there. Plus he had the dope lines. I like the Afrocomb thing. He ended with a line about, you know, like the Afrocomb getting through. So yeah, that was definitely up there. Arrival is fire. Arrival is when I was like, all right, now we about to get into like some rapping. Now we about to get into like that, because every rapper, you gotta do it. You got to have that hard hitting track, that beat that come on that is like, oh yeah, I'm about to kill this. And for the same measure, you know, matching the tempo, keeping the vibe together, you can't just come out too crazy with nothing wild. This is the perfect type of beat to kind of deliver that to. That's what I'm thinking as soon as this beat hit, because my first thought was like a Griselda type, you know. I'm like, oh, he about to go in. So that's what I was feeling with that one. And I was ready for him to get in his bag. The beat change was dope too. And I was loving how he was blending the therapy with the hard raps. And I think this was the bar that I liked on the beat change. But oh yeah, it was the bar on the beat change. Niggas carry burners. Oh yeah, my niggas carry burners because they family minimal earners. And the 9mm, how you spend it like Tina Turner, like that was fire to me because he was riding the beat switch or whatever, and he had like other fire lines in there too. But that was just, you know, one that stood out to me when I was first listening to it or whatever. But Arrival was another one of my favorites. Kind of like having the album shift a little bit now, I'm thinking, because he kind of opened up, got a lot off his chest, you know what I'm saying, and then let's get to the rapping now. So I'm thinking the shift is about to come, and then that's where Outrage play. Outrage, another hard beat, you know? Really sound like a New York type of beat, you know? Really sound like New York in there, I'm not gonna lie. And it's just rapping dope bars, you know? The hook on there, another thing, you know, is just perfect. At the same time, dropping knowledge. Like, you know what I'm saying? He say, I make the light see the dark. In other words, I'm slaying Draculas to free the captives. Diamond the color of sienna, you know, diamond the color of sienna, Eagle Street, no Louisiana. Like that was fire to me. And then like as I say, for the dropping knowledge, I really like this bar in particular. Icebox and they an Icebox talking about black diamonds. Don't know what our ancestors had to go through to find them, and then take a pause, define them. I took that as him saying, you know, they an Icebox talking about black diamonds, not knowing what our ancestors went through to find them. Give it some time for you to think about that. Define them. You know what I'm saying? Like, then you can take that however you want. I looked at it like, you know, they let Nat define them. You know, you can say that there's something about, you know, defining them, or he probably was just not even meaning to say define as like a double like that, and he just repeated to find them right there to keep the flow going or whatever. And I'm digging too deep into it and thinking too much. But I thought that was just clever just by the placement because of the way he put the Icebox thing. I think that was after the line when he said something, just enough time to, you know, just enough time to fuck your bitch, just enough time to take your chain and see that it ain't worth shit. Then, yeah, so that's what I was tying the whole Diamonds thing back to or whatever. But I liked Outrage, like I say, heartbeat, just, you know, dope rapping on there. Then Alchemy come. Back to smooth vibes on there. Not a quick transition, but I ain't mad at it. Kind of a hard shift, but, you know, we had our fun. Now let's get back to the realness, you know. I really like the line at the end, don't let a nigga who ain't make it to hate on your dream. Yeah, for real. You don't know how real that one was, how real that line is. I really like also the line when he was saying, you know, spend some time with my mama because I know that's worth more. I really like that. That was dope. Oh, and one of my favorite lines from the album might be, if we just talking about bars and lyrics, he said, I'm sick of being tired, but being sick taught me patience. That's a deep bar right there. I'm sick of being tired, but being sick taught me patience. Anybody who ever been working towards a dream and been waiting on it to happen, that bar should hit for you, because I'm living through that like right now. Look, sick of being tired, but being sick of teaching patience. But anyway, I like that line a lot. Choose God is another dope one. That's why we needed the quick shift, because we can't go from Outrage, from Arrival and Outrage, and then go to Choose God. Choose God was gospel. Choose God might be one of my new wake up ringtones. I might have a new one. I got the Kanye prayer from Life of Pablo right now is one of my alarms. I like to wake up to positive stuff, you know what I'm saying, and get my day started. So Choose God might be one of my wake up, one of my alarms in the morning. But Choose God was dope. Definitely had me reflecting on my life choices on the highway. You know what I'm saying? While I'm driving, I'm riding home, you know, thinking about like, man, I need to do better for me and my peoples. But nah, Choose God was dope. Like I say, just it almost sounded, it just sounded God. I'm not gonna say it sounded like a prayer, but it sounded like gospel. And I really like the part where he was talking to somebody and he paused and he was like, this is what I told her, and he kind of talked about that, and then right after that he got right back into the raps. I kind of like when stuff like that happens. It gives a realness to it. It gives an authenticity to the track and to the verse and to what you're saying, like to your content that you're putting in the raps. Like it's almost like I'm feeling this, like none of this, all of this is real life, and you know, more makes me feel it more, and it's more reflective too. So that's why I enjoy like a real one, like a real track like that. And then the line in there, he had to pray and ask God for forgiveness for his guilt, you know, for surviving, of course. You know, thinking about survivor's guilt and everything, all the things that he probably seen and went through. He made it out. Other people didn't make it out. He goes on to say some more stuff about that. But that was just like one of those lines that, like I say, more stuff that stood out to me that was really, really dope and kind of made that what he was saying hit even harder, especially with the content and the hook and the beat playing of the whole Choose God thing. Let There Be Light. Oh my God. Another one of my top 3 songs right here. Let There Be Light is another one of my songs. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I hear it sometime, it brings me to tears. Cause I got a big like self-doubt problem myself. And this song is all about like, you could look at it like him talking to his younger self, or you could look at it like him acknowledging all the things that he's done so far and what he's become, where he is in life. Because sometimes, a lot of times, I don't take the time to see and stop and appreciate the things that I have done and the accomplishments, or minor as they are, or major as they are. I don't sit back and think about it like, man, I did that and that was dope, and then, kind of gain confidence or whatever, or, just, I don't know. I don't tend to think about those things, or the things that I've done, putting out music or doing comedy or anything like that. And it could lend to that part of me, the self-doubt and all of that stuff. So to hear him have a song like kind of either, like I say, speaking to his younger self, or just acknowledging the things that he has done, just to be like, nah, look at you, King, look at that. You did all that. You know what I'm saying? Like you have done something. You are like somebody or whatever. Just like at the end of it, he was like, you always had that shit in you. And ain't no need to doubt it, So that's why I really love that line. That song, that Let That Be Light song. I love that hook. Yes, my nigga. Yes, my nigga. Really think about it, could be worse, my nigga. Stay blessed. Yeah, I love that. It's a lot of lines in there, but one of them was that I thought was dope, especially since he used this word on there. But the sun was alone, and yet it still shone. Yeah, my roots came from the hood, but I'm still gone. Like that's dope. That's dope. Like, I don't know. I love that whole track. I love the verses on there. I love what the song was about. In my top 3, and definitely one of my favorite ones. That never gets skipped. I'm not mad at the Ronnie Fee interlude. I take these interludes any day. If you're gonna come with like some beats and some flow, and he was just you could tell he was kind of just playing around or whatever, but he had a few bars on there. He had a few bars towards the end. Pac said, better days ago. And these days, I can tell where my days go, That's a bar. But I like that, though. I like that type of interlude right there. Just to kind of shift and get us back into, some rap mode. Because now we about to go into Cognac and Cigarettes with Stogie T. This was fire right here. Stogie went crazy. He say, Underground King, side-eye me, Robert De Niro, the wise guy theme. Robert De Niro, that's the wise guy's theme. Then he say, poor black index with bourgeois interest. Cognac and Cigarettes, He had look, Stogie was getting off on that. That was a great feature. It was a great marriage. I'm not gonna lie, at first when I heard the hook, I didn't know that was the hook. So when he came in rapping like with the hook right after Stogie T, like I said, the hooks kind of blend, sound like the song. So in my head, I'm like, oh no, Stogie just killed it, and then you came rapping like this. But then after the hook came and he got into his rap bag, then I was like, oh, okay, this the Shane, this the one I was looking for. And that's when I felt stupid, like, oh, that was the hook, like, obviously. But nah, Shane, falling like the black top, can't nobody stop me. My girl is the only one who could top me. Like he was dropping bars in there though. He definitely found his pocket and got into it on that one. So I ain't mad at that feature with Stogie T. And then the next one, I believe these the only 2 features. I think it's one more song that had like him and somebody else. I don't know if they was just doing the hook though, or if they had maybe a part in the song. But as far as like on the list, I think these the only 2 features. Stogie T and Youngster CPT. Wolves. This was a beat I wasn't expecting to get on here. I wasn't expecting the trap beat. I wasn't expecting him to come in with a beat like that or a flow like this. I'm not mad at it. I just wasn't expecting it. He did kill it, and it's a dope second feature on the album. Different sound than the rest of the album, though. And if I'm being honest, it's probably another one that after I hear the Stogie T one that I skip past. It's no disrespect, but because there's bars on there. I think Youngster say, gatekeeping, what's that? I made a key. You know what I'm saying? And he had a real unique flow on there. So I like that. I like that bar though. The gatekeeping. You know who that? I don't remember the flow he had, but y'all know the way he did it was fire. Whalers, I'm not mad at. Upbeat vibes. It's almost fun. Like we trying to have some fun. You know what I'm saying? We finna turn up a little bit, so I'm not mad at that. I did like the line when he was like, seemed like hating on the realest one is, what'd he say? Seemed like hating on the realest one is in again. Like, yeah, I like that. Holy Fire was another one that's gospel like. Not as gospel as Choose God, not as gospel like as Choose God, but definitely gospel like. But I like this one a little bit better because it's the bars in here hit a little bit harder. Like you could tell we coming down, but it's still a vibe that if you want to be in that vibe. And he got a line in there where he said, I think towards the end, hello, evil. Hello, I'm evil. Wait. Oh, hello, world is evil. I'm the future. Nice to meet you. That was a kind of, I guess, poetic. Doomsday poetic. And I like the line when he said, I was raised around pulpits and holy fires. I was raised around 9 M's and holy Bibles. Like, that was a fire line. And the fittest one of all survivors. And then he said something like, when the Titan look in the mirror, he don't see a Titan. Like, he went in on that bar, that last, where those was at. He went in on that. And that's why I like Holy Fire a little bit more than Choose God. This next one, this the one that started it all, man. This the one I already did a reaction to it, so y'all know how I feel about it, but it's definitely in my top 3. It's my intro track on there. Amazing verse. I almost get tears every time. And at the line, how long, it's been a few days since it's been so many days since my pops passed. I gotta ask, how long do the grief last? I'm here to tell you, Shane, forever, yo. Forever. Oh my God. But the grief lasts forever, but you do get strong. I could put it that way. Tough is just that. Tough is dope. But he couldn't leave us with, he ain't gonna leave us with, you know what I'm saying, Charizard on the slow, I don't want to say the slow tempo or the slow tip, but definitely you got to pick back up real quick, hit him with something hard before we get out of there. And we at track 18 now, so that's tough, and that's dope. Got to turn up one more time. Outgrew, I like the bar. Outgrew niggas that I looked up to, they don't get. Outlook niggas that I looked up to, they don't get it. Oh, they don't got it. Yeah. Outgrew niggas I looked up to, they don't got it. Really, it's young fucking Eagle or it's nobody. Like, I kind of like that bar on the tough track. And then the last one, I ain't gonna lie, my daughter's hand, that ain't for us. That's for his daughter, yo. And I appreciate that. I appreciate him letting us hear it. But that's for his daughter right there. I don't have no kids, but I definitely was could feel the sentiment on that one. I do got a nephew, so I get it a little bit. And I like the bar when he said, I used to say she mine, but she a piece of heaven. I love that. And this the one what I was saying earlier, I got confused where he was like, I feel like I've been selfish. I feel, I've been selfish. All this drama, got all this trauma that I haven't dealt with, and I don't want to pass that on to you. Yeah, that another real bar. Like I say, it was just real bars on here, man. Real therapy on this album. If you listening for that, if you can get into that. And look, incredible album for me. I gotta listen to the rest of them. Somebody, my bad, bro. I don't remember your tag, but you definitely told me what albums to check out, and I'm probably gonna listen to them in that order you put 1, 2, and 3. But I'm definitely going back and listening to some more Shane Eagle, man. Because if he does that all the time, then I'm mad I've been missing out. Salute to y'all, man. This video been long enough. Appreciate y'all if y'all made it this far. Like, share, and subscribe. Let me know what other album y'all want to break down to, or y'all want me to react this way to, or do y'all just prefer the songs? Either way, salute. I'll let y'all on the next one.
What I said too hard. Black and red Broussard. before I take it too far. Mama said you're too smart. Boy, you need to thank God.